message from A.Dennis. He knows a lot of people are feeling horrible, are in a lot of pain, and he wants to make sure you don't give up. So here in his words, A.Dennis.
If anyone is out there listening, just a single person, if you're struggling right now, if things feel hard, if you feel kind of hopeless, and you're thinking that you might want to give up, don't. I need you to survive and do whatever it takes just to get through this moment. It may be putting on the brightest clothes that you have in your wardrobe and just getting out the house and going to a friend's house to talk about stories. I don't know. But I hope that helps.
I think if somebody hears that their heart will open up a little bit, and I think somebody cares about them, which is really the most important thing. To not be alone here. A lot of people are alone, and it's a really hard world.
And it's so interesting that you would use the phrase "open up their heart." I recently got diagnosed with congestive heart failure, and when the doctor was telling me what the issue was, he said that my heart is very strong when it's closing, when it's contracting. He said the issue is it's weak when it's time to open up. So a lot of times for me, when I'm talking to someone else, a lot of times it's me talking to myself. So I hope what I said somehow opened up my heart, helped it contract and open back up.
Well, before you came, I was reading your poems.
Okay.
And so when I thought about you, because we don't really know each other very well, I've only seen you at poetry readings, and that's where you've seen me. I thought that you are a person who has a lot of gratitude.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I was looking at your poem, Ancestors.
Okay.
And it was like, it made me feel so good because it was something to say, like praise the ancestors.
Yes.
Praise other people, not just yourself, because this world is not just about ourselves.
Yes.
And when you live in a little isolated shell and you're so worried about yourself, I think what you said, put on bright, colorful clothes, find a friend, call a friend. Sometimes people don't have any friends to call.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they don't really know what to do. And that's a hard place to be in. So I think doing something for yourself that feels a little wild, like you feel horrible, put on something bright.
Mm-hmm.
That does make you feel good.
And you know something? I love music. That's a form of poetry too. And
Absolutely.
one of my favorite lyrics is by Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's a song called Devotion. And in the song, he says, talking to yourself is fine. Makes you feel much better. So there's always someone you can talk to. You can talk to yourself. I mean, I've even just picked up the phone and just called random numbers. I had a great conversation with a woman named Reggie from North Carolina. I just was looking through, just scrolling through the internet, and I saw a website that said something about hope and encouragement, and I just called it, and we wound up talking for about 30 minutes. So there's always somebody, but you may have to just look a little harder.
Yeah, there is. And not everybody can write poems.
That's right. Yeah.
Which helps a lot of people. Or draw something. Or I always go out when I feel really bad. Honestly, I go out and look at trees.
Yes. Thank you for trees.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for trees.
Absolutely.
And one day I was in the park, and I was at Silver Lake Park, and it was cherry blossom time. I didn't quite realize that cherry blossoms were here. So I'm in the park looking at all the trees, and I am there the whole entire day. And in my mind, I see there's no such thing as a wrong tree. All the trees were all different and they were all
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
So that's something important to me.
Yeah. In this life, we do have to sometimes look for the beauty because the negative is always right there in front of our face. Sometimes you can't even get away from all the negative, whether it's on the news or just around you. So
Right.
you do have to be a little proactive, and you got to find beauty. You got to think about things that are wonderful to your eyes, to your ears. And and I don't even want to just assume, and some of us don't even have eyes to see or ears to hear, so we're all dealing with different things. So I just feel like whatever can give you some joy, that's often what can just keep you afloat in that moment. And a lot of times it's about just getting to the next moment. I don't want to give away too much about this set that we're on because this is a very top secret location, but there is a exercise bike that you can't see on the screen. And whenever I look at an exercise bike or any type of equipment, I always think about when you're on it and you just feel like, oh my God, I can't go another second. But you just keep going, and eventually you wind up, an hour later, like, oh man, I can't believe that I did it. At the
Right.
5 minute mark, I was ready to give this thing up. So
Yeah.
perseverance.
And sometimes 5 minutes is good.
Yeah,
You did it for 5 minutes. You have to
exactly.
get off. You can get back on.
Yeah, that's why they tell you always put a towel over the clock because the worst thing you could do is you feel like, oh, I've been doing this 30 minutes. You move the towel 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
So please know we are thinking of you. If you are having a bad day, do not stay by yourself. Go outside, take a walk, wear bright, colorful clothes, call a friend, talk to yourself, look at trees. We're thinking of you.